What up? It's your boy T Bear Reaction. Today is Music Monday. We bought the kid T with Dr. Spot Dre with determining which era, debating on which era of hip hop was, what year of hip hop was the best year in hip hop as well too. So far we checked out 1988, 1990, 1989, 1994. Now we're going back to 92 though. Around 92 though, gangster rap was in a bigger rise as well too. And it was time. And while the East Coast was time for this game start, fun games was over as more was moving over to the more serious style as well too, which would be the birth of the infamous one of the most popular hip hop subgenre of time, boom bap rappers, well too, with like Pete Rock, DJ Premier, and many others, well too with their drum influence samples used with the infamous SP 1200 as well too, and many others. So jazz and drum samples and many other samples as well too. Well, other than that, we also want to check out what was the popular albums of 1992. Ones I think of at the moment, I can definitely say I think it's Daily Operation was one. Nas got introduced on the Zebra Head soundtrack. If they want to check out the videos, we'll definitely give me ideas of what was the popular album. I think, oh yeah, of course, I think the Chronic first came out around '92. I think I could be wrong. And one of my all-time favorite hip hop movie all time, Juice, came out. So yeah. So other than that, we're gonna check out a lot of dope albums that came out in the best in what arguably one of another best year of hip hop, 1992. Let's get it.
1992 was a year of transition. We see the stars of the 80s begin to give up ground to a new crop of MCs
Yep,
that
Snoop
release
Dogg.
music that would shape the sound of the decade. We'll see some MCs step it up for the sophomore albums. We'll be introduced to a few all-time greats.
Yep.
And Dr. Dre will bless us with
Yep.
a
It was right.
masterpiece.
The Chronic.
92 brought the release
Oh,
of some
yes.
classic party songs that you can still hear being played at parties and also being played
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was
inside
92 and
sporting
91 they
events
came
in any
out.
stadium around the country.
Yes. Facts.
First, there was the release of
Oh,
Sir Mix
yes.
album Mac
There you
Daddy.
go. Yep. They
It
got
included
back.
the songs One Time's Got No Case and the classic party anthem
They
Baby's
got back. Yep.
Baby's Got Back was a massive hit. It reached number one on the Billboard 100
played to this
for
day.
5 weeks.
And
It
sampled.
went multi-platinum and won a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance. Baby Got Back can be played at any type of old
Facts.
school party or inside of any type of mainstream club, even today. Luke would also release his sophomore album,
Oh.
I Got Shit on My Mind. Highlights include Faking Like Gangsters, which included JT Money of Poison Clan, and I Wanna Rock.
Ah.
I Wanna Rock is another classic party song that as
Yes.
soon as you hear Luke yell out, "Let me see you pop that thing," people
Turn
start rushing
around.
to the dance floor. The single went multi-platinum, and it remains one of the top dance songs. House of Pain would add to the list of classic party songs that were released in
Jump
1992 when they released their album House of Pain. The album included the single Jump Around, which is a very popular song, and it can be heard in commercials.
Yep.
And it's almost guaranteed to be heard at basketball games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The album went
I had played it for either as a hype club song or the jump ball song along with either that or jump or Kiss Draws Jump.
platinum off of the strength of the single. In 1992, we would be introduced to Los Angeles rap group South Central Cartel with the release of their debut album, South Central Madness. The album included
heard about
highlights
this.
such as South Central Madness and You Gets Clowned. You Gets Clowned is one of my favorite songs by them. It's a very dope song. Lead rappers Havoc and Prodigy simultaneously drop some dope verses on things to avoid while you're in South Central to avoid getting in.
Wait. Their real name was really having Prodigy. Stop playing with me. Same as Mobb Deep. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Or did he mess that up?
South Central Cartel would be a force throughout the mid-90s. Singer of the group, LV, would co-feature with
Oh,
Kanye on his
that's where he
monster
came
hit,
from.
Gangsta's Paradise. Lord Finesse of the Digging in the Crates crew will release his sophomore album, Return of the Funky Man.
Yep.
Highlights of the album include Yes You May and Return of the Funky Man. Lord Finesse would be a big influence on rappers of the 90s, most notably Big L, whose style comes closest to his. Boogie Down Productions will return with their fifth and final album, Sex and Violence. Highlights include Say Gal, Build and Destroy, and 13 and Good. After disbanding, their DJ D-Nice will release a successful solo album and goes on to DJ and continues to be a popular DJ today. While their lead rapper, KRS-One, he continues to be a wealth of knowledge on hip-hop and tours the world. The Kids got to represent in 92 also.
With
the
Chi
release
Ali.
of Chi Ali's
So
album,
was
Fabulous Chi Ali. We also got the Youngsters.
Youngsters.
This
Oh
is for the Youngsters.
that debut.
Both albums had moderate success, but they were quickly overshadowed when Atlanta-based group Criss Cross released their debut album.
So it was 92 they
Totally
debut. I
Crossed
wasn't sure.
Criss Cross came out
The very first hip hop album I actually owned as a kid on cassette. The other album I heard of was my brother. This is one that I owned, that I was given to him on my birthday.
It's White Hot, selling over 4 million records, and was number 1 on the Billboard 200 for a total of 8 weeks, with 6 being consecutive. Their song Jump still rocks old school parties and can be heard at many sporting events.
Like I said,
The Hit Squad was a new crew in 92, but they were also dominant. They started the year off with the release of Das Effect's debut album, Dead Serious. Highlights of the album include Straight from the Sewer, Mike Checker, and They Want Effects. Das Effects came with the high energy and style we never heard before, and hip-hop loved it. The album went platinum and reached number 1 on the top R&B and hip-hop albums for 5 consecutive weeks. Hit Squad member K-Solo released this album, Time's Up. It included highlights such as I Can't Hold It Back and the influential song Letterman, which would go on to inspire DMX.
must be the second.
Letterman, he flexes his spelling
Come on, the second album, because the first album he did before that.
Rap. We would also hear from another Hit Squad member, Redman, with the release of his debut album, What the Album. Highlights include Blow Your Mind, Time for Some Action, and one of my favorite songs by Redman, Tonight's the Night. The album went gold, and Redman would go on to be one of hip-hop's greatest MCs, and he's still known to drop dope verses and albums today. We would get our 4th and final album of the year from the Hit Squad when the Constructors, EPMD, released their 4th album, Business Never Personal.
My favorite joint, the Headbangers, yes.
The album was led by Crossover, which turned out to be EPMD's highest grossing single, and Headbanger featuring Redman and K-Solo.
My personal favorite there.
The album went gold, keeping EPMD's streak intact, and Eric Sermon would go on to be a huge producer throughout the 90s. 1992 also introduced us to Bay Area legend Spice One with the release of his self-titled debut album, Spice One. This album is amazing from beginning to end. Highlights include 1-900 Spice, Money Gone, East Bay Gangsta, and just about everything else on the album. Spice had, in my opinion, one of the most creative story raps ever with 187 Proof. On 187 Proof, Spice creates a crime story using liquor brands as the characters. If you've never heard this song, I advise you treat yourself to a listen.
I think I might have heard it one time. I might
I'll
check
have
it out.
a link for it in the description. The album went on to go gold and was listed on Source Magazine's list of 100 greatest hip-hop albums. In 92, we got the return of Bay Area legend Too Short with the release of his 7th album, Shorty the Pimp. Highlights include Something to Ride To, which was named perfectly, as Short and his crew deliver dope rhymes over a dope beat that once they're done, you get about 5 minutes of instrumental to ride to. Also on the album was In the Trunk, and So You Wanna Be a Gangster.
From Juice
The
album.
album went platinum,
Juice soundtrack.
and Too Short is still continue to release music today. In 92, we also got the debut album from Arrested Development.
Dang.
3 years, 5 months.
Yeah, you definitely can arguably say might be one of the best years in hip hop because a lot of great albums came out this year, man. That year, man. Yeah.
2 days in the life.
I need a reminder though. Cause I had a little brain fart. Like what albums came in 92 other than the very few I mentioned.
See, People Every Day, and Mr. Wendell. The album and all of its singles were smash hits, with each single going gold, and the album itself going multi-platinum. The album was an international smash hit, and they won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a duo or group.
And they was there to get it too.
They were a change of pace from everything that was going on at the time. They had great lyrics combined with excellent hooks that everyone could sing along to. Arrested Development was the perfect group to come along and contrast the hardcore rap of the time. We would also get the sophomore release from Kid Frost, East Side Story. Highlights include Another Firm Roller, this line featuring the Booyah Tribe, and No Sunshine. Frost was one of the first Hispanic rappers to really hold it down for the Mexicans. Him and the Booyah Tribe really had some great music. If you're not familiar with them, I would definitely advise to go back and take a listen. The Beastie Boys will return with the release of their third album, Check Your Head. Highlights include Pass the Mic,
my favorite
song off the album, What You Want.
But yeah.
The album went double platinum. The album received critical praise from multiple outlets and was even ranked number 261 on the Rolling Stone list of 500 greatest albums of all time. Gang Starr will return with the release of their third album, Daily Operation. Highlights of the album include Ex-Girl to the Next Girl and Take It Personal. Guru, as usual, dropped stellar rhymes all throughout the album, and DJ Premier was being DJ Premier. The album's a great listen that any true hip-hop fan will appreciate. In 92, we were also introduced to a couple of rappers that will go on some people's Mount Rushmore. First, we were introduced via Heavy D and the Boys on their fourth album, Blue Funk. The album was a hit. It went gold behind singles Blue Funk and Who's the Man. The album also gave us one of our first times hearing the Notorious B.I.G. as he, along with Busta Rhymes, Guru, Third Eye, and Rob Bowe will be featured on the song A Bunch of Niggas. We would also get the debut release from former Third Base member MC Search. He released his debut album, Return of the Product.
And Back to the Grill with Nas.
Highlights include Here It Comes and Back to the Grill, featuring Red Hot Lover Tone, Chubb Rock, and it will introduce us to a young MC who will become one of our all-time greats, Nas. We would also get the return of Dr. Dre, but this time solo, and accompanying him was his protege, a young Snoop Doggy Dogg. Dr. Dre and Snoop.
It's been minutes since I forgot his name. We really didn't know as Snoop Doggy Dogg before he changed Snoop Dogg with the No Limit, and he kept it like that ever since,
Him of the title song for the Deep Cover soundtrack. This is the song that introduced us to Snoop Dogg and would ultimately turn him into an instant superstar. After garnering a huge buzz from the Deep Cover soundtrack, it was now time for Dr. Dre to release his debut album, The Chronic. This album speaks for itself. The Chronic is one of the greatest albums in music history. When you combine the hunger of young MCs from Long Beach, the genius of the DOC, and the production of Dr. Dre, you get a masterpiece, and The Chronic is that masterpiece. The album went multiple times platinum, and it made Snoop Doggy Dogg's Doggy Style the most anticipated album in history. Dr. Dre wasn't the only former member of NWA to release an album, as all of the former members released albums in 92.
That's skipped it,
We got Eazy-E with the release of his EP, 5150, Home for the Sick.
That's right.
It was a pretty dope EP.
Nah. That single was 91, I think. Well, I could be wrong. Let's see. Or, was it The Predator? I thought that came in 93 or something.
Highlights would include Neighborhood Sniper and Only If You Want It. 5150 would go platinum in preparation for his next full-length album and for the release of Bone Thugs and Harmony. We also got the release of former NWA member MC Ren's EP, Kiss My Black
Like
Ass.
that. That's like 92, yup.
Highlights include Hound Dogs and Final Frontier.
Frontier, yup.
The EP would go platinum and set up for his highly anticipated solo debut, Shock of the Hour. In 1992, we got the return of former NWA member Ice Cube with his album, The Predator.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought it was gotta be the Predator thing. I'm about to say, yeah, because I know that shit was like 91. Cause it was like literally after, like a year after what's name. I didn't know that was 92. I don't know why I always thought this album was 93. I don't know why, but anyway.
Ice Cube was in his prime, and with this album, he didn't disappoint.
So he did like
Highlights of
so
the
he
album,
did albums back to back years though. That's crazy. Okay.
Include Check Yourself, Wicked, and his biggest song
And
to
then
date, It Was a Good Day.
So what album? So let me see what year Lethal Injection came out then. Injection. That was not, yeah, so yeah, he was doing albums back to back years because Lethal Injection came out in 93. Wow. Alright. Yeah, he was doing albums back to back years since he left WA, because 90 was American Most Wanted. Same year he did, same year in between 90 and 91, he did Killer Will EP. Then he did Death Script in 91 and Per 92 and Lethal Injection 93. Wow, that's crazy. Like I said, I don't know why I thought this was 93 and then Lethal Injection was 94, but yeah. But I'm totally wrong on that one. I mean, I was close, but not as close though. Anyway,
The day was released, it dominated the competition. The album went multiple times platinum, and Good Day is considered one of hip-hop's greatest songs. Ice Cube would also release his group The Lynch Mob's debut album, Gorillas in the Mist. Highlights of the album include Freedom's Got an AK and Gorillas in the Mist, which was a huge hit. They would later have a very popular song on the Menace to Society soundtrack, Gorillas Ain't Gangsters.
yeah.
We also got the release of DJ Quick's sophomore album, Way Too Funky. Highlights include Just Like Compton and Way Too Funky.
Yeah.
The album went gold and most notably pointed out his beef with MC8 and continuing to take shots at Tim Dog,
I did
Bronx,
hear
and
about
the whole
that.
East Coast, as he did earlier in the year on the Penthouse Players Clique album. We also saw the return of MC8 and Compton's Most Wanted with their album Music to Drive By. Highlights include Duck Sick 2 and Death Wish, where he returns fire at DJ Quick more than holding his own. The Hood Took Me Under was another big hit off of the album, and it's one of my favorite songs by MC8. Music to Drive By was a great album, and it would increase MC8's stock in preparation for his movie debut and also for his monster debut, We Come Strapped. We also got the return of legend Kool G Rap with the release of his album Kool G Rap and DJ Polo, Live and Let Die.
Yup.
Highlights of the album include the singles On the Run. And
Like I said, this definitely would arguably be one of the best years. The best year to be argued as one of the best years in rap for sure, man.
Street Blues, which I love both of them.
Oh, Ill Street Blues,
The album was
yo.
pretty dope in my opinion,
Damn.
but it didn't have the commercial success of his previous albums. 88 Vets Public Enemy would release Greatest Misses. The album included remixes of their previous singles and also included a live performance. The album went gold and would be nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Duo or Group.
Okay.
In 1992, Eric B. and Rakim released their fourth and final album, Don't Sweat the Technique. Highlights include Casualties of War, Know the Ledge, and Don't Sweat the Technique. Unfortunately, this album marked the end of an era, but we did get to hear more Rakim as he released a solo album, and Eric B. did his thing behind the scenes. We would also get the release of Pete Rock and CL Smooth's debut album, Mecca and the Soul Brother. Highlights include Lots of Lovin', Straighten It Out, and my favorite song by them, They Reminisce Over You. The album will go gold and will be listed on Rolling Stone's list of essential recordings of the 90s. It's also number 130 on their list of 200 greatest hip hop albums of all time. And Source Magazine had it on their list of the 100 greatest rap albums of all time. Other notable albums to come out in 1992 were Grand Puba, Real to Real, The Far Side, Bizarre Ride on the Far Side, Bushwick Bill, Little Big Man.
Oh yeah, it's Little Solo they do.
Willie D.
Oh yeah, it's
Going Out Like a Soldier.
I think also each one had their little solo.
X-Clan, Exodus, which included one of my favorite songs, Adam. If you're not familiar with that song, definitely check it out. There'll be a link for it in the description. We had a variety of people drop albums in 1992. Some of the notables were Sister Soldier, Gangsta Nip, The College Boys,
Oh, I heard of them.
Poison Clan,
Yup.
Pooh Man, Father MC,
Yup. Second album.
Mellow Man Ace, Yo-Yo, The Brand New Heavies,
Oh, yup.
and Chubb Rock.
Second.
1992 is a slept-on year that has a lot of depth. But is it the best year ever? We'll take a look at other years and continue to compare. Once again,
yeah, it's like I said, this is definitely gonna be argued as one of the best years in rap though. But again, what you think? Other than that, we're going great. Next one we're probably gonna do is we're gonna go to it real quick. Docs by Dre. I done oh yeah, 96. 96 might be the year I'm doing though. Let me say. That might be the year I'm doing right now. Let me say. Yeah, that'll be the one I do next is 96. I done 88 and 89. I jumped ahead on 94 just cause where the hell is 94? And it's right 94. So the next one will be 96, and after that we get to 99, which is the latest they released as well too. Like I said, definitely all these years, including 96 and 99, gonna be argued as the best years in hip hop. So yeah. Other than that, including ones I haven't reacted to yet, what year do you think was the best year in hip hop? Even if it's not in the years that was mentioned though, let me know. Other than that, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.